This summer, Joe Biden said, "Where's the money?" Well, we found some. We're still digging into evidence subpoenaed from bank accounts belonging to Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, and James and Sarah Biden, the brother and sister-in-law of the president. A document that we're releasing today raises new questions about how President Biden personally benefited from his family's shady influence peddling of his last name and their access to him.
We've got bombshell evidence here. James Comer, who's been in front of TV cameras and not having much anything else to say, he's got bombshell evidence. And by the way, as you guys listen to the rest of what he's saying here, pay attention to words politicians say. He says, this document raises new questions. New questions. This document doesn't show anything, doesn't have any concrete evidence as to the conclusion that we're coming to. We've got new questions. That's fine. Let's see what more questions these documents raise, James.
Bank records obtained by the House Committee on Oversight have revealed a $200,000 direct payment from James and Sarah Biden to Joe Biden in the form of a personal check. Here's some important context about this check we've obtained in our investigation. In 2018, James Biden received $600,000 in loans from AmeriCorps, a financially distressed and failing rural hospital operator. According to bankruptcy court documents, James Biden received these loans, quote, based upon representations that his last name, Biden, could open doors and that he could obtain a large investment from the Middle East based on his political connections.
Political connections, your name, sounds like Americans to me. Folks with money that like to tout their name around and potentially get some kind of agreements with companies, corporations, or other rich folks, because they're like, well, later on this will all work out. It's my loose translation of what it is I think they're trying to say. But here's more concrete versions of it, because Democrats on the House Oversight Committee say that the personal bank records recently provided to the committee do show that Biden loaned his brother money. Have you guys ever loaned your brother money? I'm gonna stop giving you my thought process. Let's just take this straight. I'm gonna stop being slanted here. This is what's going on. These records actually show that President Biden was the one who stepped in to help family members when they needed support, including by providing short-term loans to his brother. That's what Jamie Raskin said, Democrat. Raskin also added that the 1,400 pages of records the Republicans got from their subpoenas, which asked banks for several years of records relating to the president's brother and son, show no wrongdoing, but do reveal payments for things like groceries, vet visits, and plumbing repairs. A little bit more because we have an image as well. HuffPost obtained a check, obtained check images and a spreadsheet reflecting wire transfer records that mostly corroborate Raskin's claim about the $200,000 transaction from March of 2018. Keep that date in mind. The documents suggest an account connected to Joe Biden sent James Biden $40K in July of 2017 and $200,000 in January of 18. And say that James Biden paid the money back without interest. The wire transfer records do not say, however, that the payments to James Biden were loans. There's that check that was paid back to Joe Biden. And once you see a copy of a check, the actual handwriting and signatures, it means it's whatever it is you want to say it is and not what it actually was. Viviana, thoughts?
I think I need to hit up my brothers and sisters a little bit. I mean, $200,000. I'm like, what kind of, I got 6 brothers and sisters. I got to start making some calls this afternoon. It sounds like James was in a bit of a pinch and he had a lot of vet bills and he paid it back. I mean, I don't know. When people start saying like shady evidence, but they're not giving like actual facts, they're just saying that they think it's shady. And this is more questions, but they don't even say what the questions are. They have just been hunting for this. And I'm sure that there has been some BS going on with the Bidens and things going on. But it's like, really, is this what we're concerned about right now? We have horrific things happening around the globe. We have a very important election coming up, and this is what they're putting their attention on.
What we look for is principle, is the thing. I'm sorry, Viviana, go ahead.
No, I'm just, exactly. And this guy Comer has no principle. He's just up there spewing just, gossip, essentially.
And hoping that it'll change people's minds or maybe take their minds off of, number one, what's going on in the House, how they still don't have a speaker yet. Number two, Donald Trump is campaigning around the country, but after campaigns, he's going into courtrooms. All these things you want to maybe get people's minds off of. And then so maybe you want to insert more thoughts or doubts about what is that's going on. Because again, it's the singular process of our followers and our voters listen only to us. So whatever reality we want to give them is the one they're going to take in. And even when doing so, the one thing I got to give to James Comer, when he doesn't have anything, he does kind of admit it, even though he came out saying, I have everything. Let's watch that as he's stretching about how it's troubling what he's seeing.
Even if this was a personal loan repayment, it's still troubling that Joe Biden's ability to be paid back by his brother depended on the success of his family's shady financial dealings. Some immediate questions President Biden must answer for the American people. Does he have documents proving he lent such a large sum of money to his brother? And what were the terms of such financial agreement? Did he have similar financial agreements with other family members that led them to make similar large payments to him? And did he know that the same day James Biden wrote him a check for $200,000, James Biden had just received a loan for the exact same amount from business dealings with a company that was in financial distress and failing? The House Oversight Committee will soon announce our next investigative actions and continue to follow the money.
I'll continue to follow. I'll continue to listen. I'll continue to wait for the evidence. There's more questions, as he said, but some of those questions, whatever reason they want to ask them, you can ask them.
Here's a question, Jayar. Here's a question. My question is, have Trump's kids ever used the Trump name to get ahead in life?
Has Trump? This guy walked out. Remember when he first came president, they walked out and he had the whole stack of things that he's going to avoid, or I forget what it was even about, but he's not, this is all the businesses and this and that I'm going to divest and change from. And then after that press conference, he didn't do any of the things that he said he was going to do.
None.
It wasn't that long ago. It's not like it was 1992. Come on, bro.
No.
Maybe act like it was Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky and you'll remember everything then.
Then you'll remember it all.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.